We have to make sure that we're centering what's occurring to those on the front lines who will be suffering from morbidity and mortality. There are many of you who know M&Ms and think of the food, but aren't thinking about the pain, the suffering, and the death that comes from the actions that are being proposed. And so I'm grateful to be standing with the Latino Caucus that for years has stood up to increase access for health for all. From Chair Lena Gonzalez to Chair Sabrina Cervantes to Chair and now Speaker Robert Rivas to Chair Maria Elena Durazo to Chair Lorena Gonzalez, Ben Hueso, and Luis Ayala, we for years, if not decades, have stood up to make sure that we're expanding access. And so we have a responsibility here to make sure that we're continuing that good work. But while we've recognized CHIRLA and SEIU, we have not celebrated CIPC, Health Access, CPEN, many of the organizations that also have been fighting for years to allow us to get to this point here today. A budget is a reflection about values. And that means that we have to make sure that we're leaning in as the largest ethnic caucus in the entire country, right here in our state, to be emphasizing the importance of the policies that we are passing. Because what we do is larger than just our borders. What we do actually sets the tone for many across our country. Now, there's no mistake for why we are the tentpole for America's economy, and that is because of our immigrant brothers and sisters. I have the honor of coming from the Central Valley, where we would not have the bountiful harvest if it weren't for people waking up before the sun rose every morning. Before leaving their kids on their way to school to go to work, we have families who are building the roads, the skyscrapers, who are showing up to care for our elderly, who continue to work hard to move our economy forward, who during this pandemic we called essential, and yet we have moments where we treat them like they're expendable, where their lives are not valued the same as others. Now, as someone who spent my time in an emergency room, I didn't know the difference between human beings who came in and asked for my help. And here we're creating policies that sees and separates and treats people like they're different and like they're less than. And here in the Latino Caucus, we know that these are members of our community, they're members of our family, and they make our state better. Now, I, for one, am grateful to be standing with my sisters and brothers working here in La Lucha to make sure that we're moving our state forward, that this struggle that we have to expand access is not done by any one individual. It requires us all to roll up our sleeves. That while this began before I became in the legislature in 2015 with the expansion for all kids, to 2019 for young adults, 2021 for our elders and seniors, and just this last year in 24, all income-eligible adults will qualify for Medi-Cal. That this movement will continue past any one of us being here in the legislature as well. And so take it as your responsibility to carry this baton and to carry it with pride and to know that we are only able to accomplish this if we work together. If we're able to realize that our strength comes in our numbers and our power. And so I'm here, Chair Gonzalez, to make sure you hear from each and every one of us that you have the Latino Caucus behind you. We're standing with you, and let's make sure that we deliver on our values, and that includes making sure that we're providing Medi-Cal for all income-eligible adults, regardless of their immigration status. Thank you for allowing me to join you today.